look at that. Bloody hell. This is such a beautiful part of the world.
Winner! Smile on his face. Cheers. Oh!
Let me ask you a question. Whereabouts has more brilliant biking roads than anywhere else in the UK per square mile? Northern England? The Highlands of Scotland? Possibly. But if you were to hold a gun to my head right now, there'd only be one answer, even in this weather. It'd be Wales.
Because nowhere else packs a punch quite like Wales for great riding roads all over from the north right down to the south, which made us think, with so many roads to choose from, which is the best.
Welcome to the Ring of Hellfire.
Over the coming 2 days, Julian and I will be riding a spectacular loop, starting and finishing at the summit of the infamous Hellfire Pass. In between, we'll hit 7 of the country's most iconic stretches of tarmac in a bid to crown the King of the Ring.
But before we go off in search of the greatest biking road in Wales, let me introduce the bikes we're going to be riding. And I'll be brief because the weather is atrocious. I'm on the Cove 800X GT or Tourer, which is Cove's midway adventure bike designed for long distance travel.
And I'm on the more off-road focused 800X Pro. We've got long travel suspension, we've got a 21-inch front wheel and 18-inch rear. They both represent Cove's entry into the already packed middleweight market.
During the journey, we'll be putting Dunlop's Trail Max Meridian tyres through their paces, and I really don't think they could face a Turner test. To find our way, we're going to be using the Beeline Moto 2. I've got the new anniversary edition, Julian's got the classic edition, and this nifty little device is going to take us on Wales's best roads.
Well, this is the Hellfire Pass. We can't see a lot, but fear not, because this route is a ring, and so we will be returning, and the Hellfire Pass will be our grand finale. But mate, I'm sorry it's such a wet and windy introduction to your first video route with us.
I know, I have to say I was expecting better, to be honest, James. I feel I might be asking for my money back on this one.
It wouldn't be Wales without a bit of mist, wind and rain.
Well, no.
Yeah, watch out for the poo.
I think you're going to be saying that an awful lot, James, to be honest. If you're going to point out all the sheep poo on this trip, I think it's a full-time job.
Despite the soggy start, we were excited to get the Ring of Hellfire underway. And it wasn't long we found ourselves back amid civilization.
So this is the ancient capital of Wales, where national hero Owain Glyndŵr, the last native-born Prince of Wales, called a parliament in the 1400s.
Yeah,
And
you're
it's,
all right with all your history there, James, but can you actually say the name of this place without going into bleeping territory? Because I think for English people it's really quite difficult.
We are we are in Machynlleth.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure about that? Look, careful now, you're going into difficult territory there. You're going to try to avoid pronouncing that T. Machynlleth.
After butchering the ancient capital's name, we launched ourselves onto the second of our iconic biking roads, and it certainly lived up to its billing.
So I reckon there's a holy trinity that makes a great road.
Yep.
So it needs to have 3 things. It needs to be a brilliant biking road, a huge amount of fun. It needs to go through a stunning landscape. And for me, a brilliant biking road needs to have some sort of cultural element. I want to feel the history of where I'm passing through, which is why I think the mountain road from Machynlleth could vie to be the best road in Wales, because we start in the ancient capital of Wales, and while I was trying to give you a bit of a history lesson, you brought in some sort of sweary game, but that's okay. But we've got the culture. Owain Glyndŵr and his followers would have travelled this road at some point. Despite the fact you can't see a bloody thing right now,
Yes.
This is a wonderfully sweeping, curvaceous ribbon of road that unfurls across the Cambrian Mountains. And the views, trust me, are absolutely bloody fantastic.
Yes. At the moment, not so much.
I think with the magic of filmmaking, we might be able to insert some footage of me riding this road a year or so back in the sunshine. But hey, there's a certain mystique to it today.
Oh yeah, I think it's really quite atmospheric to be riding this one like this. As you say, it is simply gorgeous, although clearly not at the moment.
This viewpoint up here gives you, I reckon, one of the finest views in Wales.
Right. It may not necessarily be as fine as we'd hoped today.
Oh dear, look at that. I think the Ring of Hellfire is turning into the Ring of Mist, the Ring of Fog.
At the bottom of the pass, we took a moment to recap and score the mountain road out of 10 in 4 categories: scenery, riding thrills, adventure factor, and overall magic. We'll reveal the scores and the winner at the end of the video.
So this next road might be a bit of a surprise to some people that we put it on our list of contenders for the best road in Wales, but I wanted to add a bit of variety. And the road that runs through the Hafren Forest in mid-Wales, I reckon, is an absolute belter. It's a beautiful little stretch of tarmac amid some cracking scenery.
And it is very much the way mid-Wales is. It is large mountains and forestry, so yeah, it's good to have the mix about it. Now James, we haven't spoken about the bike, so I guess it's a chance to talk about what we're riding. I'm on the Cove 800X Pro, and this is the more off-road version of the options within the platform. It's got a tall suspension, 21-inch front and 18-inch rear. It's about 5 centimetres taller in the saddle than the one you're on at 875, so it's quite long in the leg, but that does really work for the off-road and taking it away from the tarmac. What about yours, James?
I am on Cove's 800X GT. It's touring machine, a midweight adventure bike. And do you know what? The standout thing about this bike is just how damn light it feels. I think it's 190 kilograms wet, which is incredibly light for a mid-size adventure bike, isn't it? Very flickable, very light. It's a handful, but it's a lot of fun to ride. This version, well, it's got a lot of touring trinkets as well. It's a bit of a princess. There's
well, no wonder you've got it.
It is the one I've got, yeah. Heated seat, heated grips. I've got quick shifter. I've got, as you mentioned, an 826mm seat height, which makes it very easy for me at 6 foot tall to get both feet on the ground.
Put it into sport mode and this thing's absolutely takes off. You know, you can belt through the gears with the quick shifter quite effortlessly, and even the X version that I've got, the Pro version, that's got the quick shifter on too, and it is really good. Up and down, you just smack through the box, and it's seamless. So really impressed with that.
Well, if as I say, if I'm on the princess of the Cove mid-size range, I reckon you're on the action man.
I think so, yeah, definitely. It's taller. Probably if you chose this one, you would be the kind of guy who'd want to take it off road.
Now this is more like it. Twisting road, valley side, vast forest.
It's beautiful.
It's nice in a way that the day is improving with the weather, isn't it? This is just wonderful.
And Hafren is actually Welsh for 7, and we must be a mile or so, if that, away from the source of the River Severn. Mighty river that runs past, well, near your home in Bristol, Julian, and out to the sea.
Absolutely. And you're only having a go at that because Hafren's quite an easy Welsh word to pronounce, aren't you?
That's it, yeah. I've probably done it wrong.
where better to score the Hafren Forest Road than on the Hafren Forest Boardwalk in the middle of this forest?
It's truly gorgeous here. We've got the river alongside us, quite full because of the rain that we've had earlier on in the day. It's an idyllic spot. I love it.
What a spot, even in bike gear. But okay, so down to brass tacks. Scenery, score out of 10 for the Hafren Forest Road.
I'm going to give it a 10. I love it. I just think it's like otherworldly. It's Lord of the Rings. It's just beautiful.
A 10. Okay, I'm going to go for an 8 because it is beautiful. I like to see the horizon.
Okay.
All right, we have got riding thrills.
It's quite an unchallenging road, so I think it's going to be a down score. It's really riding skills, thrills. I think it's probably down to a 6 or 7. I don't think it's a particularly challenging road, but it is beautiful.
I agree. I'm going for a 5. I'm being harsh.
Yeah.
Adventure factor.
Adventure factor. Well, I think I'd give it a 7.
A 7. I'm going 6 because it hasn't got that much of a feeling with exploration, but it's great. It's great. Overall magic.
Well, the magic's high because you know I'm going to score high on this one, and so I think we're on a 9 on the magic because it does feel a magical place.
Cool. I'm going 8 as well.
You're a harsh man.
I'm doing it. I'm testing Daytona. The Daytona water test. Are Daytona boots waterproof? Yes.
Leaving the forest shrouded in mist behind, we journeyed further south on some brilliant biking roads, with time for a quick pit stop.
So James, where are we?
Abergwesyn Pass.
Marvellous. We've just come through Tregaron and we're at the bottom of the path. We've done some beautiful little wiggling roads and we're coming into this beautiful wide valley. I suspect from its profile it's a glacial valley, isn't it, James?
I guarantee it. I'll get my atlas out when I reach some a pull-in, and
it's the classic U shape of a glacial valley rather than the V shape of a river valley.
Mate, this is a beautiful little spot. Look at this. So remote.
Glorious, isn't it?
Winding our way through the valley. I think it opens up a bit further. I think we climb higher up, but do you know what? This is what I love about motorcycle touring is, if it wasn't for motorbikes, I would just never ever come here.
I mean, this feels like Wales is rewarding us for putting up the bad weather this morning. It just like, well done, guys, and this is what you've ridden for. And it's like, oh man, this is just so good.
These Cove bikes, they do sound good.
Yes.
Got a real raspy noise from the exhaust. There's a little bit of the hooligan about them, that's for sure, and I don't think Cove will mind us saying that.
No.
But you can hear the blah 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 from the exhaust.
I've just managed
to keep the throttle under control. It will run away with you. It's a bike that's eager, that wants you to.
I know. I've just toggled into sport mode to give it that little bit of pep, but it has got noticeably more pep in sport than it has in comfort.
Oh mate, look at it. It looks epic. Look, trail to the left, beautiful road to the right, river down below. This Abergwesyn Pass, I think, is shaping up to be a real contender. Well, down below, you can see in the camera, I think we are just about to come across the most remote phone box in Wales, which, as landmarks go, a phone box may not be the most interesting, but when there's nothing around for God knows how many miles, I reckon it's worth a stop. Just when you thought the Abergwesyn Pass couldn't get any better, we reach a section aptly for the Ring of Hellfire called the Devil's Staircase. Tight, twisting plunges down. This really is. This road is just outstanding. With a racetrack surface. Look at that.
Having just ridden down the Devil's Staircase, we can't quite believe how smooth that newly laid tarmac is. Last time I rode it, it was rugged to say the least. And it's given us an idea.
If the tarmac is smooth, how smooth can we ride up and down it? What we're going to do, we've got an ABR Festival Cup here, and we're going to Velcro it to the tank of our bike. Can we get to the top and to the bottom without spilling a drop? It's the Cove Challenge.
Whoever spills the least is the smoothest guy at ABR.
Oh, steady now.
All right, here we go. Oh no, spillage already! All right, we're off. Oh, it's shaking, it's shaking.
You have to just, oh, no.
Now I reckon my secret weapon here is the fact that I've got the Cove 800X GT.
It's inevitable. Oh no, oh no.
Which, watch out sheep, has 210 millimeters of suspension travel front and rear. Oh no, don't spill. It's more of a road-focused version of the Cove bike, which means I'll be bouncing up and down less than Julian. Oh, Castle Green, oh no!
Oh no.
On his more off-road focused pro version of the Cove. And that's got more suspension travel, equates to basically a bouncing ride. Oh no! Come on, oh look at this nice smooth tarmac. Okay, my penis is officially wet.
Okay, well that was better than I anticipated, getting up round that corner. Keep the movement going, nothing jerky. This tarmac is just absolutely wonderful.
Spin on the clutch, clutch in. Oh no, I'm going too fast, Oh!
Look at that. An impressive amount of water left in the glass.
This is the slowest I've ever seen anyone ride a motorbike.
Did anyone call for Mr. Smooth?
Look at that,
Look
James.
at that.
Fantastic.
Do you know what? It's going to be close. It's going to be close.
Ta-da! That was genuinely nerve-wracking.
All right, a better prepared team would have bought 2 cups, but we didn't. So, photographic evidence. What do we reckon, guys? Oh no!
Did you lose by any chance, James?
I think.
Winner! Well done, James.
Well done, mate.
Well done, James. That valiant effort.
Do you know what though? I genuinely enjoyed that. It was absolutely brilliant.
It's really quite a technical challenge to do.
Oh, mate. So the winner downs the pint.
I think there might be some diseases in
Oh,
that.
no.
There's an awful lot of sheep
Oh,
around
no.
here.
Oh, look at that. Bloody hell. It's such a beautiful part of the world. Well, today started in a pretty crap way, I'm not gonna lie. The start of a 2-day trip at the top of the Hellfire Pass in the driving wind and rain and mist and fog. And we were drenched. But look at this. This is such a wonderful way to spend an evening.
What a fantastic end to the day after quite such a challenging start, but in a way that makes it all the sweeter. Look at the view there. That's Llyn Brianne, I believe. And this is, what, an hour away from Birmingham? It's about 2 hours away from where I live down in Bristol. And there's all this just there.
Boy, is this a magical place to ride. Riding into golden hour. I love riding motorbikes. Really love riding motorbikes. I came to riding motorbikes and adventure bikes. I came to it through cycling. I didn't grow up riding bikes. I wasn't riding enduros at 8 years old. I used to like to travel. I used to like to travel on 2 wheels, and I used to bicycle travel. Done various routes, you know, Land's End to Llyn Brianne. I cycled over into Europe. I rode the length of the USA once, which was a wonderful trip, and my God, I was fitter and thinner than I am now. But I found it took so much time tour by bicycle. So I decided to buy a motorbike and see where that would take me. And it's taken me more places than I ever could have imagined. I've made incredible friends through it. I've carved a career out of it. I'm actually being paid right now, believe it or not. And I've explored places that I never would have come to. And that's all from getting my motorbike test and buying an adventure bike. And, you know, I'm genuinely grateful. How can I not be? Look at this. If you're watching this and you've been thinking about getting your bike license and you're not sure, my advice is just do it.
The sun is setting on day one of the Ring of Hellfire, and I think I might have named the route very, very poorly because it feels like we're in paradise. What a day it's been.
It's been so lovely today, and it's got better from a really shaky start to this. It's 8 o'clock in the evening. We're overlooking Llyn Brianne behind us. What a glorious day, James.
I want to keep riding, but our hotel isn't too far away, so we're going to call it a day. But before we do, we've got 2 roads to score. Abergwesyn Pass and the road next to Llyn Brianne Reservoir. So, Abergwesyn Pass. What are you giving it out of 10 for scenery?
Scenery is fantastic on that one, really. Big skies, big landscapes. I'm going to give a 9 to that.
I'm going 9 as well. Incredible scenery. Riding thrills for the Abergwesyn Pass. I'm going to go with an 8.
Yeah, I think you're about right on that one. It's if there was an 8.5, but that's a bit daft. So yeah, I think 8's good for that.
The speed was down, although the Devil's Staircase was brilliant. When it comes to adventure factor,
I think it's quite adventurous, really, because of the nature of that road. Because it is quite so winding. You have to have your wits about you, and I go for an 8 on that one.
You go for an 8. I'm going for a 9. And finally, overall magic. I'm going for a 9 as well.
I think I'm going to go for an 8 on that one. I liked it, but I liked it if we hadn't come to this one.
This is a bit special. Llyn Brianne Reservoir behind us. Scenery, I'm going 10 out of 10.
Yeah, I couldn't disagree with that at all.
Riding thrills, I'm going an 8.
I think an 8's fair on it, really, but I think the difficulty is also you're looking to the side because the views are quite so good.
That's it, yeah. Adventure factor?
I think I'm going to give it a 9 on the adventure factor because it feels like you're having a real adventure here.
I'm going to go 7. It's just too nice, it's too pleasant. But for overall magic, I'm going 10.
I'm going 10 for
Paradise.
this one. This has been my favourite ride. We've got a couple more tomorrow, but it's hard to imagine how we can match this just for the weather, the scenery, the whole feeling of it at the end of a long day. There's a pint of Reverend James waiting for us. Could not get better than this.
Well, that's it. It has been a brilliant day, but we've got more to come tomorrow. So yeah, the only question left is pint.
Absolutely.
I hope you're enjoying watching the Ring of Hellfire, and if you'd like to test ride the Cove 800 for yourself, along with all the latest and greatest adventure touring trail bikes, then please do come and join us at the 2027 Adventure Bike Rider Festival, held in the magnificent grounds of the Ragley Hall Estate. It's a 5-star location with plenty of hot showers, posh loos, and is always a reasonably priced pint. You'll find a link in the description below with all the details you need. And in the meantime, let's get back to the video.
Such is the glitz and glamour of life on the road that Julie and I find ourselves in a pub car park on the second day of the Ring of Hellfire, eating Britain's favourite breakfast. Day one was superb, but this morning in store for us is a road with a reputation for being one of the most exhilarating, thrilling and downright enjoyable mountain roads in Wales.
The Black Mountain Road may be one of the most iconic, one of the most famous biking roads in Wales, but this 40 mile an hour is a bit of a dampener, isn't it?
It is a little bit. I guess it's just one of those ones you've just got to put up with it and enjoy the views. It is glorious. It's just not necessarily all about the riding. This one's going to score high on the scenery, but not so much on the thrills.
For me, it's a wonderful, wonderful road, but I don't think it could be the best biking road in Wales with a 40-mile-an-hour speed limit. It just,
No.
yeah, just ruins it for me.
It's a brilliant road, but 40 miles an hour does take away the fun factor. But you can have fun riding slow.
How are we going to do that?
Slow bike race.
Okay, here's the second Cove Bike Challenge. We're going to go the length of the car park in a slow bicycle race. Basically, the first one to cross over the line loses, and if you put your feet down, you lose as well. So let's go.
This is actually my first ever slow bike race. And it's very, very wobbly.
Well, on your side, maybe.
Don't put my foot down, don't put my foot down. Going a whole 0 miles an hour. Whole 0 miles an hour. Oh, winner! Oh, that was really good fun. I think we need to have cove challenges in our everyday life.
Best of 3.
With the Cove Challenge scored at 1 win each, we journeyed north on sensational roads, carving their way through majestic landscapes.
I've spent about a day and a half now using these Dunlop Trail Max Meridians, and they do sit in Dunlop's adventure lineup of the tyres, but they are the most road biased versions. Look at them, they're an 80/20, a 9/10 road focused tyre. Dunlop have done a few things with its with the Meridian to make them more appealing and more suitable for touring and enjoying the ride on bikes like this on the road. Their aim with the tyre was to give them really good wet grip, get them to heat up as quickly as possible, and give riders the sort of longevity that they expect from a touring tyre. So you're not going to have to change your rubber out every time you go away for a week or two. It uses multiple compounds, which basically means there are harder compounds down the middle, there are softer compounds on the edge, so that when you're cruising along upright on the motorway or French toll roads, you're not burning away soft rubber. But if you lean into a corner like this, you then lean the tyre onto a softer compound and it gives you a bit more grip. Overall, how have they been? They've been great. They warmed up quickly enough this morning. I certainly didn't notice any slip slides of a cold tyre, and they have proved versatile and grippy in a mix of conditions over the past day and a half. Boy, it was wet and slippy yesterday. Today, well, it's just almost perfect bike riding weather. And as ever, the biggest compliment I can give a tyre is if I forget what rubber I'm riding and just able to concentrate on the joy of riding my motorbike, that the tyre has done its job, and these Trail Max Meridians have certainly done that job. Alright, well, here we are in the Elan Valley.
What a lovely valley it is.
It is a wonderful valley, but I think in front of me is shows one of the downsides to coming to the Elan Valley on a Saturday. It's beautiful, but my God, it's popular. Oh wow, look at that! The dam in full flood.
It is really rare to see this in the summer months.
Yeah.
You see the water will have dropped down quite considerably. Last year there were some pictures of it. You know, you can almost begin to see a lot of the buildings that were flooded out by the valley, when they flooded the valley, but not a problem today.
Wow, look at that. I think this is scoring 10 out of 10 for scenery already. So what do you know about the Elan Valley, Julian?
Well,
share some knowledge.
We started towards the last part of the 1800s and finished in the first part of the 1900s. And although it's a massive water resource in Wales, it was actually built to provide the residents of Birmingham and the Midlands with drinking water. So all the inconvenience that was caused up here and the drowning out of the valleys and the villages, much to the probably consternation of the Welsh people at the time, was to provide a nice glass of water for people living in Birmingham.
See, if I was Welsh, that would annoy me. All this pristine environment, beautiful,
yes,
crystal clear water, and it gets pipes of Birmingham.
But I guess they might have seen fairly rapidly the upturn in people wanting to visit the place, because the lakes that they created were quite so picturesque and quite so beautiful that I guess it sort of brought on tourism to an area that might not necessarily have had much at the time. So
yeah,
it's such a swing of roundabouts.
And it is very popular. I think I've seen about 50 bikes today so far, but that is a sign that this is pretty much certain to be a pretty spectacular biking road.
Oh no, there's a Mr. Whippy and we're driving past it. That's almost a crime.
Mate, should we do it? Should we do it?
No. Oh.
You want a Mr. Whippy? Go on.
Well, it does feel like we should.
Yeah, summertime.
Look at that, smile on his face. Cheers.
We're about 5 minutes into the Elan Valley. It's already scored 10 out of 10 for scenery and overall magic. You can't beat Mr. Whippy.
I don't know about you, but when we do trips like this, and we are in search of the best biking road in Wales, but the Ring of Hellfire is actually one long loop of non-stop brilliant riding. You can get a little bit blasé. You know, we were riding a great road over here, my mind was switching off, but this road has switched me back on. I'm straight back, soaking up the landscape, enjoying the ride, and I think that's probably the sign of a good biking road.
Yeah, it's been really glorious, and as you said, the linking roads between the passes we've picked have been almost as good as the passes. So that's a measure of how well put together the loop is, James, just because of the fact it's all killer and no filler, so to say. Look at that again.
Mate, I think Victorian Engineering's done the hard work. Oh, should we have a little look?
It'll be worth a stop, yeah.
Wow, look at that. That is so cool. Do you know what? This is the... yeah, I've never seen it in flood in summer. It looks fantastic. I think one thing worth bearing in mind for this road is it is proving to be thoroughly enjoyable, but it is the busiest road I've seen today, despite the fact that we've been quite lucky. There's a hell of a lot of bikers and a hell of a lot of drivers, quite a few cyclists, and it doesn't quite have that striking out into the wilds feel for me that some of the other roads had.
And I think the coves have been just the right bike to enjoy this one. I think, you know, the midweight adventure bike was always going to be a good choice for this route, and the coves have done a really fantastic job on it. I just really enjoyed the 2 days of riding.
Mate, the longer I've ridden this bike, the more I've almost become at one with it. And to begin with, it felt so light, and the engine is a feisty thing. You know, it's not backwards and coming forward, and it's not the most refined engine you'll find. But as time's gone on, I've really bonded with it, and I really feel like, until you mentioned the bike, I hadn't thought about it for about an hour or two.
Having scored the Elan Valley high on scenery, but lower on adventure factor, we continued along the Ring of Hellfire, discovering new roads through beautiful landscapes we'd never ridden before.
But before we went too far, we had an important matter to deal with.
We are just over 35 miles away from the end of the Ring of Hellfire. There's one thing we have to sort out first. It's currently 1-1 in the Cove Challenge, so we've pulled over to have the decider, and this challenge will decide the victor. So for the final challenge, Julian is at the start line. Julian needs to roll his bike down here to the ABR Festival Cup, where he will ideally nudge it gently without spilling any water. The person that rolls their tyre closest to the cup wins, but if you spill the water, you're the loser.
Okay, so it's going to be nice and gentle here. Got to get up on the pegs so you can't actually see
It's like
the
a
wheel.
Terminator is the man on a mission. So close, so close. Oh! There it is. There we go. That length away. That's pretty damn good.
This could be the winning stick. It could be the losing stick.
Beeline, if you're listening, you need a new pint sensor on your Moto 2. Alright. Oh, properly nervous. Ugh.
Well, James, I'm pleased to say you are the winner
Hey!
of the Cove Challenge. Well done.
Thank you very much, sir. It's been a pleasure and an honour.
I'm gutted now.
Oh. Well, what can I say? Thank you to Julian for your stern test. Thank you to Cove for your smooth running bike.
Oh, yes. Beeline hasn't added a pint detector to the Moto 2 just yet, but a nifty new feature that came in handy on the Ring of Hellfire was the ability to store routes on the device itself. All you do is click up 1, 2, 3 times, click to start the ride, hit the routes, and there we go. My routes are stored here. The Magnificent Seven, the Ring of Hellfire, and the Lap of Wales. So let's select the Ring of Hellfire and let's get riding. And with that covered, let's get back to the video.
With just a few miles left on the Ring of Hellfire, we rode north, tracking the shores of beautiful Lake Vyrnwy. Over 2 days, we'd ridden a collection of the most spectacular roads in Wales, amid landscapes that rival anywhere in the world. It had been an incredible journey, and while the weather had tested us, it also offered its rewards. And that's the thing about riding in this country. At times you may find yourself soaking wet, shrouded in mist and freezing cold. But Wales can be a fickle mistress. And if you persevere, she'll reward you with experiences that will stay with you for years to come. And the final road on the Ring of Hellfire did just that, as we made our way back up the Hellfire Pass.
It was only yesterday, but it seems like a lot longer ago that we asked ourselves the question, what makes a great biking road? And I know we were full of opinions, but as the last couple of days, have they changed your mind at all?
I don't think so. I think it was difficult on this one because this is really quite epic, but the weather does change it. So you've got to have the weather on your side to really enjoy riding roads like this. But no, I think it's that combination you said about the scenery and the adventure. What was your trilogy that you said?
Great road, great landscape, and some culture as well. And
I don't know whether we've necessarily got the culture side of things out of today, because we haven't stopped that much. We've just been doing the ridings. We've had great roads and great landscapes.
Mr. Whippy was pretty good though, wasn't it? I think for me, still probably the most important thing is that sense of exploration. And I'm feeling it now.
Oh yeah, I mean
look down at this valley below, this tiny little slither of tarmac, and
Yes.
and we've ridden some amazing roads. We've ridden some roads that have been great thrills, but for me, a great biking road has to make me feel like I'm exploring.
Yeah, definitely.
There you go. Well, let's enjoy what this last few meters of the Ring of Hellfire.
I think we're coming to where we started 2 days ago.
Here we are. We have completed the Ring of Hellfire.
James, here we go. The end of the Ring of Hellfire. We made it.
Here we are on top of the Hellfire Pass at the finish and start point of the Ring of Hellfire. And I don't know about you, but that is one of the best 2 days riding I've ever had in the UK.
Absolutely fantastic.
But more importantly than us having a good time, we need to crown the King of the Ring. Which road is officially the best biking road in Wales? Who do you want to win?
I'd like Llyn Brianne to win because it was just magical last night. The water, the sun, end of the day, Llyn Brianne for me.
I'm torn. Abergwesyn Pass
That was good.
or Hellfire Pass. This is just absolutely epic. But we don't know the scores. Gary, our cameraman, has been totting them up in the warmth of his car while we've been riding this pass. So Gary, can you hand us the scores?
It's a digital envelope.
And the winner is Abergwesyn Pass.
Oxley triumphs again.
Well,
You won the challenge and you predicted the correct result.
Now, clearly this is a completely pointless exercise. Our scoring system is completely unscientific, and hopefully you will have very strong opinions about us being completely wrong.
Yeah.
And please do leave your favourite roads in the comments section below. Give us some ideas of other roads to ride next time we come back to Wales. But for me personally, I think that's a worthy winner.
Absolutely.
All that's left to say is thank you very much for watching and joining us on this journey from, well, the Cove Challenge champion.
Yes, okay, you won.
Please do like the video, please do subscribe, and we'll see you next time.